This week, I was asked by a funeral director if I was free to do a humanist funeral on a certain date. Um, and it reminded me about this confusion between humanist and non-religious. So I thought it would be really useful to just chat about it today. And this goes for weddings, and it goes for funerals, and it goes for any kind of ceremony at all. Now, often when people ask for a humanist celebrant, or they want a humanist ceremony, it means two things. One is that they are humanists with a capital H, i.e. they are part of Humanist UK and they have trained to be a celebrant with Humanist UK. And Humanist UK, they have a whole belief structure about, well, it's not for me to start to go into the belief structure, but essentially it is a non-religious, as in this is all there is, but in a more beautiful way, and that there is no sense of spirituality or deity, for example. And so that's what a humanist ceremony is. If somebody is a humanist and they want a humanist celebrant or a humanist ceremony, then they probably want to have something about this in the actual ceremony. Whereas I am not a humanist, so I'm sort of a humanist with a small h, but I am very happy to include all sorts of beliefs and that sort of thing within my ceremonies. And so what I did when this funeral director asked me, I said, do you know if they want a humanist celebrant with a capital H, or do they want a non-religious ceremony? And he came back to me the next day and said, I have spoken to them. And actually what they said was they want a non-religious ceremony. Well, actually, a religious light ceremony, because they do want the Lord's Prayer and a couple of hymns. Now, this is fine. Of course, it's absolutely fine. If people want to have, they want to have a couple of hymns and the Lord's Prayer, I'm very happy to include that within a ceremony, as is the case with a wedding as well. If people want to include their religion in some way, then so long as they know that I'm not a priest or a rabbi or an imam, then I'm happy to include that in a way that suits them. So it was just really, really interesting that they meant non-religious when they said humanist. A little bit like when we talk about, vacuum cleaners, we might say, oh, I've hoovered the lounge, but I did it with a Dyson, or I did it with a, something else. So I just wanted to say again today that when you're thinking about your ceremony, if you're a humanist with a capital H, brilliant. Look on the Humanist UK website, find a Humanist UK celebrant, and they will see you right. And I know some fantastic, wonderful humanists. But if you just mean that you want a non-religious ceremony, then you can either go to a humanist celebrant, or you can go to an independent celebrant like me. Or if you want a little bit of religion, or you want a happy smush of all the things that you believe and that kind of thing, then you probably want to have an independent celebrant. But even then, not all independent celebrants are going to be happy with doing that kind of thing. Come to me, I'll sort you out. All right. So I hope that has cleared things up. There is a blog post that I've written about this, which I will link to as well. So if you are looking for a non-religious ceremony, then do look for independent celebrants or humanist celebrants. And hopefully I can help you out there.